Hey, guess what? It's another mirror. And guess what? I'm not going to play it. Oh, I can't drop. Oh. Ooh. Uh, hmm. There usually is a concede match button. But if I drop, I can't do the replays, so... Alright, and now we'll go ahead and concede again. Yeah, me and Hampus are going to prize split, and I also just don't care about the win, so I'm just going to concede the match. They are slightly advantaged in the mirror. They have a horror instead of a fog, instead of a moment's peace. That's not enough to actually change the match that much. They will be facing the winner of this match, Affinity versus Black-White. If Black-White wins, Hampus is going to win. If Affinity wins, Hampus has already beaten them once, which it slightly advantages Tron, that matchup, but they can also just kill you turn 3. Like, Affinity can have the nut draw with the ATOG fling, and there's not much you can do about that. So, we'll figure out exactly what's going on with that later, and I'll probably have another video after this to show the final result. See you in a second. Alright, well, we ended up splitting with Hampus, and Hampus ended up winning, going 10-0, beating Affinity in the finals. Which means we got 77 chests and some number of tickets for half of a set of Eldraine, which is a pretty good use of our time, and is especially better than playing another goddamn Tron mirror. Anyway, turns out that 1st, 4th, 5th, 7th are all on Tron, and that's a pretty good day for Tron. There was also Tron here that we beat, and a Tron here who we didn't play, but they lost to Not Good, and probably weren't going to get in anyway if they had won, but they had a pretty good day. Tron had a pretty good day, and for God's sake, please ban Tron and Pauper on the 18th. That's the next scheduled ban list. If they ban it on the 18th, people are going to have not quite enough time, but an adequate amount of time, maybe, to find a new deck and find a new metagame for the format championships in January. If they don't ban Tron on the 18th, though, they really can't ban anything in Pauper before the Pauper championships and at the beginning of January next year, because like you're just gonna have like 2 or 3 weeks to figure out what to play, and that would be a huge disappointment and would be a disservice to the format. But I fear that they are not going to ban Tron, and I'm going to have to keep playing this deck for another 2 months, and then I'm going to have to play it at the format championships, and it's just going to be miserable. But there's not much we can do about that. So, we technically won. Hampus is basically playing the same deck, and we had a prize split with them, so that's basically a win, right? Yeah, right. So, we had a good day. We played a lot of Tron. We got Tron sometimes. We drew well. We had some good matchups. And then we had 2 Tron mirrors, 2 non-played matches, a burn, and those, I guess, a tribe deck that managed to get us, and then the 3 good matchups. The various non-Tron control decks are just horribly positioned against Tron, and a lot of that is just because people can't play Tron. Like, there's just not that many people who can play fast enough to play Tron. Like, Probaskas over here would be, Probaskas would be playing Tron, but they can't. They don't play fast enough because their laptop can't handle MTGO fast enough, and their internet connection is just slightly too slow, that if they were trying to play Tron, they would time out too much. And that, given how badly MTGO runs, I'm not surprised that if that wouldn't be very common. Like, if your priority passes are taking like 5 seconds just because of client lag or because the internet connection between you and the server is just a little bit too bad, you can't play Tron. You would time out. And that depresses the amount of representation in the metagame that Tron gets. Which means people can't just say, okay, I want to beat Tron. Because they're not going to play against it. There's like 6 Tron players in these 70 players. You can't really metagame against it that hard. And if you are, you would get punished because you're not going to play against it that much. Like, you can't dedicate 8 slots to your board just for Tron, right? Well, I do, but those are good against other decks. If you're playing mono, or like mono black or white black Pestilence, you could probably board in a way that your post board games are like 50-50, but you're going to lose game 1. So that your match win rate is still going to be terrible. And you're going to be taking up sideboard slots that you could be using to make your other matches better. So, I don't know. They need to ban Tron. It's just a terror on the metagame. But they've had multiple opportunities to do so in the past, and they have chosen not to. So, not feeling too optimistic. But for now, we've reaped the rewards, and we will continue to do so until they finally ban Tron. Thanks for watching.